morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everybody to the commission meeting, April 14th, 2023 of the Limestone County Commission, and call it to order. Ellen, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Samet.
Here.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Here.
Commissioner Gatlin.
Here.
Commissioner Townsend.
Here.
Everybody's here. Let's see. Darryl, you gonna lead us to pledge, please?
Yes, sir. We're glad to.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. First on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from April the 3rd, 2023. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gatlin. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin.
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next on here, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve claims amount of $659,834.50. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Do we have any conflicts of interest or anything coming from the commission today? Everybody's silent, so I'll take that as a no. Public hearings, we have none. Resolutions and orders. First thing on here is I'll ask for a motion to approve a resolution to have the Alabama legislation pass a local permitting to Limestone County to have a referendum, I can't even read right now, referendum by the popular vote of the citizens of Limestone County at the following general election on the issue of the wet-dry for the county, and it becomes wet or dry by Alabama law. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin.
Nay.
Commissioner Townsend.
Nay.
Okay.
Chairman.
First time in my career I've ever had to do this. I didn't say anything during the work session because I didn't want to persuade anybody to vote either way. This is a hard decision for me, both ways. But I am elected to be in this position for this reason, make hard decisions. I'm going to say, me personally, if there's alcohol vote on this ballot, I won't know if I'd vote yes or no. I don't know that for sure. I do see the benefit as far as driving something to some of these communities as far as economic development. I do see that. But then on the other side of it, I do see the bads and the evils of it. So I'm going to give both sides of my story, then I'll vote how I'm going to vote. And I'll say why I'm going to vote, how I'm going to vote. And I know I'm not supposed to give up here and give a dissertation, but y'all give y'all's during the work session, so I'm going to go this way. I respect both sides' opinion here. I respect. It's odd that I got two on this side and two on this side. Everything I'm right in the middle. So here I am. It happens this way. I have had numerous people to reach out to me both ways. I've had business owners. I've had non-business owners. I've had religious churches reach out to me. I've had family members reach out to me. I've had every which way in the world over the last 4 or 5 years. I've had this situation, how I would vote if it came to this. And I've always said that I would give the people the opportunity because I believe in democracy. Democracy is what this country is built on. We give people the opportunity to vote on who they want to and what they want to. Me voting yes or no is not going to make a decision whether or not somebody goes buys alcohol or not buys alcohol. This is not even giving, I'm not voting to put it on the ballot, I'm voting to give the legislation. But, on the other side of it is, too, we've thrown around this idea for months now. The legislators have not really reached out to us about it. They're like everybody else. They don't want to make this a tough decision either. I laid awake last night thinking about this. And, you know, and I've got a lot going on in my life, and this right here was just something else to add to it, but it is the time that we have to make the decision. I am going to vote. Well, before I vote the way I'm going to vote, I'm going to say this. I've always said with a commission body that I would like everything to be unanimous before we go toward anything. Now, I'm in a tough decision. I'm 50-50, right? And I think that if we would have had public comment on it today and it being more advertised, that we probably would have had a room full of people both ways. I think we would have had business owners in here. You would have had everybody in the world, and on top of the other side of it, you would have had people opposing it just the same. And I understand that, I mean, my phone's ringing right now. I'm probably sure that somebody's probably watching the meeting and probably trying to persuade my vote. Boy, it's tough. Because I understand that, and Limestone County, like Mr. Salmon said, is not dry by no means. We have the city of Athens that can sell alcohol. We have the city of Madison and the city of Huntsville, the city of Decatur, and 2 entertainment districts with somebody, with a senator talking about making one in District 4. There is talk of one being made in District 4. So, I mean, there is, so we're jumping all the way around all these things. He has talked about it. And there's other people. Then there's one in District 3 that has reached out to me. How does he make his business an entertainment district? But he don't want alcohol sales right now, but he just wants the value to add to his business if he gets ready to sell his business. Y'all looking at me like I'm... You know, it's harder than what it was to ask my wife to marry me.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, it was, too. I am going to vote. I'm going to vote no for one reason. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, and it's nothing to do, I would be supportive of it if all 4 guys were supportive of it. But I'm going to vote no because it's hard for me to do something where we're that unevenly yoked. I know that this may be the last opportunity. It may not be. You've got 4 weeks to advertise a bid. Now, here's my thoughts and processes. And I would have voted yes yesterday. I would have. I would have voted yes all the way through to all this. And I'm not changing my decision because of I've got business owners in the room that are supportive or people in the room opposing it. I'm changing my decision because us 4 guys are that unevenly yoked on making a decision. If and I, you know, like I said, I would have told anybody that asked me yesterday, I would have voted yes. And I would have voted yes coming in here this morning. But the decision I'm thinking up here is I don't want everything to agree on everything on everybody, but we have thrown this around, and I'm going to go against it just for the simple fact is that that I feel that we are. You know, I would have loved, I'm like y'all, I mean, I would have loved if this was what it was, I'd love to have legislators asking me to do it, which I have, they have talked to me about it. And I've talked with attorney about it, and I've talked with Judge Woodruff over here about it. I mean, for a year and a half, I've talked about this conversation. And I hate to disable local business owners from an opportunity with a piece of property. But on another note of it is, I don't know what the citizens feel. Now, I'm sure I'll get blasted because I vote no. And I'm sure I'll get blasted because I voted yes. I don't know. I never thought that my first vote tie break would be over something to this matter. So I know I've talked long enough up here, but y'all had y'all's opportunity to speak during the work session on it. And it's not because I'm leaning toward supporting these guys or not supporting these guys. It's just a simple fact is that I'm really struggling right now with us being that unevenly supportive of something that's going to our legislation delegation. If it would have been 3-1, I'd have been 100% supportive. If it had been whatever, I mean, it's just hard for me to, You know, and in the Bible tells you this. I mean, we can talk religious things. The Bible tells us to collect taxes. The Bible tells us not to be a drunk. The Bible tells us, and you know, you can read several verses in the Bible about, I mean, I choose not to drink alcohol. So, I mean, the Bible tells us, and I mean, it's, you know, if it wasn't for alcohol, you know, and sin, we wouldn't, I mean, you know, sin carries us where it carries us. But, so that's my decision. I'm gonna be quiet right there, and I'm gonna go no. And I know everybody's looking at me like I'm a deer in the headlights, and people, but I'm having a hard time with us being that unevenly yoked. Does that make any sense? I mean, and like I said, I mean, I respect these two guys 100%, and I mean, I respect their authority, and I respect where they're at, and I could very easily go with them for the reasons that they want to go that way. But on the other note of it is, too, I see these guys over here that are that torn and that upset with it, and I'm having a hard time sitting here because I work with these guys. Now, what I'd love to see is if this is what everybody in Limestone County wants, and I've done the math on it, you can still have time, I think, to get it there. It's got to be fast. It had to be done. Now, next commission meeting, it may come right back up. And if everybody in Limestone County wants to support this, if this room fills up with people wanting to support it, and people leaning against it or whatever, we'll see from there. I'm moving on. I'm sorry. All right. So that right there, I guess I had to announce that it failed. 3 on here will be, the second on here, let me start over. Will be to approve a resolution to award financing through Bryant Bank in the amount of $1,040,775.21 for 3 years for 3 28-yard Freightliner garbage trucks and 1 international service truck in the amount of 3.99% with a term of 60 months and a fully amortization loan term of an annual payment and principal's interest. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Second. I'll go with Commissioner Salmon on the second. I think he was first. Second. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet.
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin. Commissioner Townsend.
Motion carries unanimously. Number 3 would be to approve a resolution to award financing through Trustmark Bank and Financing Solution in the amount of $1,870,407.20 for solid waste roll-around cards, aka garbage cans, in the amount of 4.175 with a 60-month fully amortization terms in the amount and the payment principal and interest. I just need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Have a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet.
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin.
Motion carries unanimously. Fourth on here, I'll ask for a resolution to approve the issue of surrounding stolen solid waste carts and our multiple waste carts. And then, as we discussed in the work session, this would be to be handled we went through the resolution 40 times. I think we understand where we're at. So, need a motion.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet.
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin.
Motion carries unanimously. 5 on here will be to approve a resolution for solid waste department uniforms. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale, and have a second. Second. Second by Commissioner Gatlin. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin. Commissioner Sammet.
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Contracts, agreements, and MOUs and grants. First under here will be to approve a MOU between the Solid Waste Disposal Authority of Athens and the Limestone County, Alabama, and the City of Athens to enter into a contract with Fight Construction Company, LLC, to perform certain work at the solid waste transfer station at 16100 BFI Lane, Athens, Alabama. Do I have such a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gatlin. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Gatlin. Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet.
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Number 5, I'll ask for a motion to approve a MOU between the Limestone County Commission and the Limestone County Board of Education with respect to the road construction benefiting the Elkmont Elementary School. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin?
A motion carries unanimously. Third on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve a yearly service agreement between Rapiscan for the courthouse security scanner in the amount of $4,989.60. Do I have such a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gatlin. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Fourth on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve a service agreement with Waste Away Group Incorporated for the service to the East Limestone, Tanner, and Owen Centers. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gatlin. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Carries unanimously. Five on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve equipment rental between Limestone County Commission and AGCO for the lease of equipment for District 3, not to exceed $6,500. Do I have such a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gatlin. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
All right, number 6 on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve MOU between the Limestone County Commission and the City of Athens and the Town of Ardmore and the Town of Elkmont regarding debris removing and monitoring services. Do I have such a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin?
Motion carries unanimously. Budget revisions, I'll ask for a motion for one budget revision for $12,500, and this is for a trailer in District 3, as we discussed. And I need a motion.
Make the motion.
A motion by Commissioner Gatlin. To have a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
All right, motion carries unanimously. No emergency purchases, no board appointments, award of bids, personnel action. I'll ask for a motion to approve to hire Caleb Ryan as a deputy sheriff pending a drug screening. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gatlin. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Second on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve to hire Brandy Nicole Pastain, I guess how we decided that wasn't, what did you say it was?
Poston?
Austin, okay. As a probate clerk 2, said position will intentionally be considered a temporary position with becoming a permanent position in June the 1st, 2023. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. To have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Gatlin. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve to hire Jana Austin as a Revenue Clerk 2 in the Limestone County Probate Office. Do I have such a motion?
I make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. Have a second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin?
Motion carries unanimously. 4 on here, I'll ask for a motion to amend the staffing plan to remove one payroll coordinator in the administrative department. Do I have such a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Merit increases, we have several listed below, so I'll ask for a motion to approve the merit increases.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gatlin. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank the good Lord. You get to talk, Mark.
All right.
No, they got dry over
All
here.
right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We've got 5 subdivisions for your consideration. Smith Serenity Farm subdivision. I'm making that contingent upon the plat revision that was discussed earlier, moving the property line to the fence that was noted. And then Chastain, and this is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 4. Chastain Acres is a replat of tracks 5A and 6A. This is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 4. Holland Hills subdivision, Addition 1. This is a major for preliminary approval, creating 38 lots in District 2. Capshaw Church of Christ subdivision. This is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 2. And Buford and Lucille Sanderson subdivision. This is a replat of track 9. It's a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 2. And that's all that I have for your consideration.
All right, I'll ask for a motion to approve the 5 subdivisions as submitted by Mr. Massey with the exception on the Smith one at the top that will have make sure that everything's right on the property line on it. So,
I'll make the
motion
motion.
by Bingo.
Bingo.
Motion by Bingo, Commissioner Barksdale, to have a second.
Second it.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion with any one of them? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Gatlin? Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
All right, and under other business, I'll ask for, motion carries unanimously. Hey. Under other business, I'll ask for a motion to approve to sell 1 600-gallon tank out of District 3 on Gov Deals. To have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Gatlin, second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Gatlin?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no executive sessions today, so at this point, report of officers, Commissioner Sammet.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to say that we're full-fledged in the garbage pickup now, and everything seems to be going good. I know the second week went a whole lot smoother, I think, than the first, and hope the general public will be patient with our operations. Drivers are learning their routes, and I guess every day they run it is probably different to them, because of a lot of the cans that hadn't been delivered and stuff like that. But everything's going good, and those girls deserve a trip to Disney World, I guess, after we get all this ironed out, because they have really taken a hammering answering the phones, and it's taken all 4 of them, really. I mean, even the girls in the office have had to pitch in and help them. But everything's coming around, everything's looking good, and I think it'll just get smoother as we go. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Barksdale.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Newby Road, I continue to get calls about speeders. Now, that's coming out from the rock quarry. We've got Newby Road going north. The speed limit's 35. Newby Road, Gray Road going south. I think it's 45, but Huntsville's advisory speed limit is 35. What, would it be possible to move Newby from the quarry to Mooresville to 35? Do you have an opinion on that?
I can look into it. A lot of it depends on the traffic counts, the type of traffic, and those kinds of things. But
The other suggestion that I have is maybe, and I may have talked to Hunter about it, the speed limit signs with the radar on them is a possibility.
those are possible. They're MUTC.
I don't know
compliant.
about y'all, but when I see one, my foot hits the brake.
Y'all put it to break on everything.
It does.
That means
So, you look into that.
Yes.
We were talking, I understand, is this floor still open for motions? I'm talking about moving our work session back Wednesday like it used to be.
Well, I mean, that would be just something we'd have to discuss and put on a meeting for the next meeting. You can't do it. We don't pay when we'd be better off to wait. And if you decide, everybody, we decided.
Does anybody have a view on
Yeah, I mean, I think you can discuss, and if
You
you
can
want to add
discuss
it to
it
the
all
next
day long.
meeting, if you want to add it to the next meeting, then.
Yeah, I mean, you're still an open meeting, you can
Y'all
discuss
like
it.
Any comments on that?
Well, I think
I mean, if you don't like it, we don't.
Well, you don't need to ask
We don't
if yes
need
or
to
go, I
ask.
mean,
Oh,
ask
yeah,
for their
yeah.
comments, that's
Yeah.
what I would suggest.
Yeah, I think, with what happened today, with that vote, really didn't have a whole lot of time to get out to the public and ask questions and kind of get people to come and voice their opinion. I mean, I think that would have helped in that situation. Now, I don't know if it helped every time. Obviously, it's kind of one of those deals where, we run through the work sessions pretty quick.
Right.
Usually it takes about 10 minutes and we're done.
Right.
So, I mean, but on that case today, it would have been kind of helpful to have a few more days to kind of get out to our constituents a little bit.
My preference, but I understand y'all don't like that. I have a lot of constituents saying, I gotta take off work to come. So if I had my druthers, I'd probably put it like at 3:00 in the afternoon on the prior Wednesday. But I don't think y'all are favorable to that, so I'll go along with the 9 or whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever, discuss it.
And I think that, last time we did this, a lot of it was dealing with the COVID and things like that, At the time, you were trying to streamline, we were lucky to even be able to have meetings at that moment in time. And so, I mean, it's worth discussing. And, I mean, the best thing to do is just everybody just kind of, let's just put it on the agenda to discuss it next time, and we'll go from there. I mean, we'll just put on there to discuss scheduling. I mean, that would be the best thing to do.
Discuss it in the work
Yeah,
session?
discussing the work session, scheduling, then you go from there. That'd be the best
Okay.
thing to do.
All right, suits me.
Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Gallo.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know Commissioner Salmon talked about the sanitation a while ago. I do think we're in a good position as far as how that's going our second week. I would like to remind the citizens, additional cans are coming available. If you have more garbage than one can of whole, please get additional can. I know a lot of folks have little side bins and so forth out with their mailbox they're still continue to use. And we don't have to, stop that at some point in time. So if they got more that they can put in one can, make sure you buy additional cans, or get one. Also, we're finishing up, I guess next week on Malone and Carter. We still like one lane on Malone. We'd have got finished this week, but the weather messed us up 2 days, so we'll be continuing that next week and put shoulders on those roads. And I guess then they'll leave my district and go somewhere else, District 2, I believe, maybe. But just watch out for those guys next week if you're out traveling in that part of the county. That's all I got, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Townsend.
Yeah, my guys is out prepping roads to be paving. I think they're going to be coming to me on Easter Ferry here in the next few weeks, so we're trying to get those roads prepped to pave. Also want to thank, all the trash people. I mean, y'all, I've been down to the girls downstairs. They have worked really hard. I've been down there every day, and those phones don't stop ringing. And the ladies upstairs, they're running back and forth with notes trying to help. So I appreciate the public being just patient with them. I mean, I think we've had a really good 2 weeks. This week has really been good. I've not had very many calls. A lot last week, not as many this week. So I'm hoping next week's going to be even better. So if everybody just be patient with us, I believe this program's going to work really well and be a success in Limestone County. So that's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Well, first of all, I want to thank, last week, Telecommunication Week and 911 and all that. We've done a proclamation for it. First responders, it was we went out and ate lunch with the dispatchers at the sheriff's office other day, and they fed us lunch, and they fed them lunch, and we was invited out, and we went up to the city and done a proclamation. I know several people have been by. Those people, that really hits home with me because, it's as everybody knows, my son had an accident. My daughter-in-law stayed on the phone with a 911 call person for 26 minutes waiting on somebody to get there. And, I don't know what the outcome would have been, different or worse, better, whatever, but her having somebody to talk to for that 26 minutes was worth, to help her keep her calm. So that's, just want to thank everybody for that. Want to thank everybody who came in today, and just like Mr. Craig came in today with a land dispute issue with a property line. We had one of those a few weeks ago, and glad we got it worked out. So we got that figured out. I always look at what day of the month it is, day of the week, and all. And I found I got up this morning, read Bible verses, and then all this, that, and the other. And the weirdest one I come across is the one I got for today. Today is National Ex-Spouse Day. I didn't know it was such a thing. But National Ex-Spouse Day is today, and it is exactly 2 months after Valentine's Day. and it is for you to celebrate some of the good times that you had with that person. I'm sitting there going, of all things, I didn't know if I needed that in my life or not, but and that's why I got on my pink tie, because it says that, you know, you're supposed to celebrate that with pink and all. So there we go. So, that was the most interesting of what day of the week it is. So I guess that was something trying to tell somebody something. I don't know. But anyways, so with that being said, I know that everybody has thanked the trash folks. I mean, they have worked hard. All of our employees work hard. They work hard every day for the citizens of Limestone County. You know, a log chain's only as strong as its weakest link, and we have had people pitch in left and right with the sanitation. But on top of that, we have people pitching in left and right helping the paving crew, people pitching in left and right. I mean, that's one thing about county government I have really noticed, that no matter what's its need, people will pick up what they're doing and go help, and that's worth a lot. So I want to thank all of my employees, and I mean they're really, I value I think we're over 300 now. So I know that Mark made that possible when he added this sanitation. We were over 300, I think. So first time since I've been here, we've had over 300 employees, but all 300 of them work hard every day for this county and for the citizens of it. And thank everybody for being here, and we will adjourn until 9 a.m. on Monday, May the 1st, 2023, right here where we're sitting at. We'd like to look forward to people coming to see us. Thank you.